Microsoft and Google, two tech giants that are really fighting this AI battle right now and are fueling this AI hype, have some recent announcements. So, on today's episode, what I want to do is take a closer look at two updates for each company that have come out in the past few days. One of them is dealing with the gaming market, the other one's dealing with the artificial intelligence market. And I just want to say it's only Monday and we already have some great updates. So, stay tuned for today's episode. Let's start off with Microsoft. Right now, we can see Microsoft today is down roughly 3%. I want to say no real reason. Maybe the main cause is, hey, the stock price has run up a nice amount in the past 5 days. We can see even with today's downturn, the stock is still up roughly 5.5% in the past 5 days, as both these tech giants, right, have announced recent ways that they're implementing their AI solutions into their productivity suite and some of their other solutions and software applications that they own. So both companies, in my opinion, we can see Google stock, I believe, is also down on the day. Not as much. In the past 5 days, is up over 10%. So we can see AI battle is really fueling. But first, I want to take a closer look at gaming news for Microsoft, and then we'll look at gaming news for Google. But gaming news for Microsoft, we did see that, hey, for those that don't remember, Microsoft is planning on acquiring Activision Blizzard, the creators of World of Warcraft, of Overwatch, of Call of Duty. Unfortunately, they are seeing a lot of pushback from regulators. One of those regulators are the European Commissions, and they were supposed to kind of give some update to where if they were going to postpone it, if they were going to reject it, but now they're postponing their decision on approving it until late May. So I don't believe Microsoft has any. I don't believe this acquisition, if it goes through, is gonna happen anytime soon. Now, kind of focusing on Google. Google had a recent partnership that they announced on March 20th. So that was today. So Ubisoft and Google Cloud announced a strategic partnership to power cloud-based game streaming. I'm pretty sure I'm butchering that name, but let's just go with Ubisoft. It's a cloud gaming enabler. So they have cloud infrastructure, platforms to cloud games. They can fulfill all your needs for if you are a game developer and want to bring your game solutions to the cloud market. So with this partnership, Ubisoft is going to be using Google Cloud to not only bring their solutions to the market, but also to leverage Google's cloud infrastructure, because Google Cloud has various infrastructures from their own graphic processing units. They're actually called tensor processing units, and also Google's virtual machines. So I want to say for both Microsoft and Google, none of these were groundbreaking news, but I do believe the gaming market needs to get a little bit more attention right now. So I wanted to bring this up to the viewers. Before we go any further, I want to thank you for watching, and I need your help to reach my goal of 30,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you can do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and thumbs up. Also, if you want some fantastic insight into the semiconductor industry, join my other channel, Semiconductor Investing and More, where I use my electrical engineering background to break down the semiconductor market. Finally, I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video, and check out fool.com/Jose for the 10 best stocks to buy now. With that link, you get a promotional offer for their subscription service. Now, let's continue with today's episode. All right, so now let's move on to the more interesting news, and this is going to be the AR market updates. So Nuance and Microsoft announced the first fully AI automated clinical documentation application for healthcare. So Nuance has a solution already called DAX, and for those not familiar with DAX, I have it open right here. This is their Dragon Ambient experience. So what this ends up doing is reducing administrative burdens by helping AI conversation kind of collect information, and they do it in a safe way, in a HIPAA regulated way, where you're using AI to record certain conversations and kind of help out with the documentation process for the doctors in the clinical way. So it does help out. We can see Nuance has a very big solution here that's already helping, and it's already using artificial intelligence. But today, on March 20th, they did announce that now they're implementing OpenAI's GPT-4, which is the company Microsoft is investing dramatically into, and kind of combining it together to make even a better clinical solution using AI products. So here they mention using a unique combination of conversational, ambient, and generative AI, DAX Express, and that's the new version, automatically and securely creates draft clinical notes in seconds for immediate clinical review and completion after each patient visits in the exam room or via telehealth patient conversations. The CEO of Nuance mentions that they've taken the power and advanced reasoning capabilities of GPT-4 and integrated into their proven outcome-focused AI technologies in a tested and responsible way. They do mention that the Stacks Express will be available in private preview this summer, but now we're seeing how these AI solutions are being implemented by other tech giants, and we can see how there's ways that Microsoft can regain some of that money it invested, and how this is going to be a strong product, in my opinion, for their cloud infrastructure. Right, we're going to continue to see big players like this start to use Microsoft's ChatGPT, OpenAI's ChatGPT, to kind of implement into their product. I'm pretty sure Microsoft is getting a nice cut, and then we're going to see OpenAI also probably getting a nice amount of solutions here. So this is one way how AI is kind of changing the market right now. Next, let's jump into Google Cloud news. So this was released March 14th of 2023, so about a week ago. Midjourney selects Google Cloud to power AI-generated creative platforms. So if you're not following this AI market right now, you might have not heard of Midjourney, but Midjourney is the image version of ChatGPT, right? So, or one of them. It's one of the populars. I personally use it a lot. I enjoy playing around with it. And it's you give a text prompt, and with that text prompt, you get an image in return. And there's various use cases here that we have seen creative content creators use. So this big player, Midjourney, has selected Google Cloud to power AI generative creative platforms. And this is going to be very important for Google Cloud, right? Because Google Cloud, these are consumption-based revenue models. And AI generators right now are very consumption-based products. So this is a nice form of revenue for companies like Google Cloud. Obviously, we are seeing similar cases with Microsoft, but I think this is a big move. So they mentioned that Google Cloud announced a new partnership with Midjourney, an independent research lab that provides a platform of AI-powered creative tools for creating visual imagery with natural language interface. So pretty much what I explained. So Midjourney has employed Google's cloud-developed AI accelerators, tensor processing units, TPUs, to train its fourth-generation AI model. And I think this is something that we forget. Big tech is creating their own silicon. So TPUs, I've talked about them in my previous episodes. I've talked about them in my podcast. These are the GPU versions of Google. They're usually meant just for AI models. They are very, very limited to workload and usage. But we can see right now it seems to be a great move for Google. And that's why they have a nice combination, because they do have their Google Cloud GPUs in virtual machines, which run, you guessed it, NVIDIA GPUs. So Midjourney can render the generated image on platforms with breaking speed. And they kind of explain a little bit between their TPUs and the NVIDIA GPUs. So the TPUs are designed to accelerate computational intensive machine learning workloads, while GPUs from NVIDIA have a broad support for AI industry tools. So I want to say I'm super excited for this AI battle. I think at the end of the day, the silicon race is going to continue. So that's all the updates I have for Microsoft and Google. I do want to say it is important for big tech to continue to develop their own silicon, while every player is able to buy NVIDIA's GPUs. Like we saw Microsoft has a huge supercomputers made of NVIDIA GPUs. We saw here how Google Cloud does the same. They need to have something different, and Google Alphabet do have their tensor processing units, which kind of makes them, I want to say, a better choice sometimes for certain workloads. And I do believe because of that, Google Cloud might continue to gain some market share, or grow its market share a lot faster than maybe some of the other players. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Take care, have a good day, and see you next time.